Coming up on FYI, an exclusive interview with the boy refusing to cut his hair, even though he could be expelled from school.
And I'm here at what is being called the biggest dance event in the world.
Welcome to FYI, your weekly news show bringing you the stories that matter to you.
And we're kicking things off with the battle a 12-year-old boy is having with his school to be allowed to stay on, despite his long hair breaking school rules.
And when we say long hair, we mean really long. Farouk loves his hair. In the past, he's even been chosen as a model because it's so striking.
He first appeared on FYI when he was 8, worried that no secondary school would take him.
Why do you think it's so unfair for the schools to ask you to cut your hair? Do you not think it's kind of like a uniform or fitting in with the standards of a school?
They think it's a uniform, but I think it's just a part of me, and if they cut that part away from me, my personality will change.
Then all seemed to turn out okay when he was offered a place to start last September at his current school in London.
But before long, everything changed. He's now been told he has to get it cut or he will be expelled.
Well, Farouk joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, as I think everyone can easily notice, you have your hair neatly braided when you go to school, but this is still against school rules, right?
Yeah, in the rules it says that there's no interweaving allowed and that it can't be past the collar. As you can see, it's just about touching my collar.
Yeah.
So they're not happy with that, and I've got braids, so double whammy.
So how come they allowed you into the school in the first place?
So we were hoping to get medical exemption and also a cultural exemption, as in Black British culture, black boys have braids. And also in the medical, I've got something called tonsillophobia, which is the fear of me cutting my hair. And I've got something called narcolepsy, which is me easily going into a deep sleep. And that ties together. When I dream, it's very vivid. So I can have horrific dreams of my hair being cut off. So a few days ago, I had a dream of my teacher, my old teacher. He cut all of my hair off.
Wow, so that must have been terrible.
Yeah, it's very traumatic.
Now, your doctors have sent multiple notes and updates for your school. So why is it still a problem?
Well, they clearly don't believe it, as they think it's just a front to keep myself out of the school. I've been giving detentions because of my hair recently. The first punishment I received was a half an hour detention, then an hour detention, then on Friday this week I've got 2 hours. And that eventually leads to isolation, suspension and eventually expulsion.
So your school is mainly for boys, but there are some girls in the sixth form, aged 16 to 18. Do any of them have similar restrictions to you?
No, they're allowed their hair plaited, cornrowed, interweaved. They're allowed to have dreads, which is extremely sexist to me and to all boys that want to have plaits and hair like me.
And most people would just say, you know, leave your school. But apart from this whole thing with your hair, you really like your school, right?
Yeah, I'm on the A team with my rugby. I scored 6 goals in 1 game of football, which is a record in my year. I've got really good friends, and now everything's just going to get taken away from me.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us today.
It's been a pleasure just to get my story out there. Thanks for having me.
We asked Farouk's school about the dispute. They told us they can't talk about individual cases as they're confidential, but they do have an appeal procedure in place. We'll of course bring you the latest on Farouk's situation as it develops.
Now it's that time in the show where you get to judge whether a story is fake news or fact.
A couple of weeks ago, we reported on a story of a boy's amazing seagull impression.
3, 2, 1.
Now that was definitely real. He actually won a European competition. But what do you make of this next story?
You know, I do really good animal sounds. Ready, listen?
This 5-year-old's lion impression has gone viral, but it seems too good to be true. Could it be that the roar has been added as a sound effect?
Good question. But how about this? We saw reports of some unique behaviour by an orangutan with a bad cut just below his eye, thought to have been caused during a fight. Researchers say the great ape picked some leaves used by local people as medicine, then chewed the leaves up and smeared the resulting mushy paste on his wound. A few weeks later, the cut was apparently completely healed.
That's amazing, if it's true. So which of these stories is fake news and which is fact?
We'll let you know later in the programme. Still to come on FYI.
I'm here on the red carpet to see if some of the stars will chat to me about their latest film.
Oh, If, the movie. I get it. But first, a quick roundup of other stories in the news. There's been new proposed rules announced to help keep children safe online.
They mean social media companies will have to do more to check the age of young people using their sites and make sure they won't see unsuitable content.
The rules have been drawn up by the government body Ofcom, who make sure our TV, radio and social media obeys the law. And they say that any social media company that breaks the new rules could be banned completely for under 18s.
The rules don't come in for over a year, and some are worried that's not soon enough. In the meantime, for more about how to stay safe online, go to our website, first.news/FYI, and watch our I Don't Get It called Staying Safe Online. This picture comes from the world's busiest wildlife hospital, Tiggywinkle, in the south of England. It shows a fox cub tangled up in netting from a football goal, like the ones we use in our gardens.
The hospital said it's had 3 similar cases come in the past few days. One where the fox cub was actually caught up off the ground and couldn't get free.
They're asking us to put the netting away when it's not being used, especially at this time of year, when there's lots of fox cubs.
Iara, do you read much?
I do read quite a bit, actually.
Well, that's interesting because a recent survey shows that over half of us don't read in our spare time, and also that lots of schools don't have libraries anymore.
Yeah, and Chloe's been to one of those schools to check out how books are popping up once again.
We all know we should probably put down our phones and get into a good book more often. But according to the National Literacy Trust, 1 in 7 of us don't have access to a library at school. That figure goes up to 1 in 4 in poorer areas.
But luckily, this school has just had a very special makeover.
The National Literacy Trust, a charity part funded by the government, have been bringing libraries to our schools. So far, they've installed almost 1,000.
And now the pupils here are about to get to see their new library for the very first time.
I thought it was amazing because there's so many books and it's all laid out very well, and I'm very excited to see and read all the new books in here.
I'm glad that there's so much more to read and explore in it. All the different types of books will definitely encourage more reading because some people, they might be a bit more reluctant to read because they haven't found the genre that they like yet.
Did you know that by law, schools don't need to have a library? And that's exactly why there are schemes like this.
What do you think the impact is when kids don't have access to books?
They don't have those experiences and they're not able to broaden their horizons. Books take you to so many different places all around the world and in different fantasy worlds.
Do you think that the government should provide us more books?
I think so, because I feel like reading is just like a basic thing that everyone should have because it helps your learning so much and it's very fun.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Now, we all know how much our co-presenter Jeriah is into dance.
So it was a bit of a dream assignment when we sent him to a huge dance festival in the EXO in London. Here's his report.
This is Move It, the world's biggest dance event where some of the coolest dancers get together in one place. I'm going to meet some of them, and you're coming too. So, let's go!
The first dancer I spotted is Misha. She shot to fame in the Matilda musical last year. Since then, she's gone viral on social media, and she's even performed in the Junior Eurovision.
So, Misha, what's it like being here today?
It's amazing being here. I absolutely love the environment and everyone's so nice.
What about young people basically doing what you're doing, like doing a dance career, acting career?
I really recommend it. I think it's great and it definitely helped me find myself, find my passion, and definitely really helped my mental strength as well.
From tap dancing to hip hop, 5 ballet, ballroom, jazz, and so many more. It seems like music has something for everyone.
And that's a good job, because there are over 14,000 people here today. So how are they finding it?
It's a very inclusive area, and everyone can express themselves through dance.
We all want to see the different dances to give us an inspiration about it.
It's really good atmosphere, and like when you want to like grow up to be a proper dancer, it's like nice to go here as well.
No way! I think I've just spotted Strictly's Leighton Williams.
So Leighton, how did you find today?
How did you find today, more like? I saw you in my class. You came to take my class. I didn't know you were a mover. I've had a really, really good day. I love Move It so much. I come here every year and I get a bit like, because I know it's going to be a lot, but every time I come, I leave with a full heart.
Now, I know you're tired and you've had a long day, but can you teach me like a move or two?
So you go to the side, and forward. Hey, and boom, da-da-da, boom, da-da, boom, da-da-da. Hey, one.
Thank you so much.
A French team of bakers have just set the world record for the world's longest baguette. At 140.5 metres long, over 460 feet, it would reach past the second stage of the Eiffel Tower.
It was baked in a slow-moving oven on wheels and was eventually given to passers-by and homeless people to eat.
Finally, we're off to London's West End, where Braden is hoping to meet some of the stars of the latest blockbuster movie.
Yep, the one with the slightly confusing two-letter title, If.
I'm here at the red carpet. Well, it's more of a purple carpet premiere of the latest film in town, If. It's all about imaginary friends, but I'm going to be talking to the very non-imaginary stars about their latest film.
We've started a matchmaking agency to help Ifs find new kids.
Or we just disappear! You directed, wrote and acted in the film.
Yes.
What was your favourite part of the filmmaking process?
Oh man, I have to say probably directing, because you see all the magic come together. It's all these pieces that you don't think will ever go together, and then when they do, it makes you cry.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real?
Everyone can connect to me in some way. You know, she's going through a tough time and she's just a regular person dealing with her emotions. So I think there's something for everyone to take away in the film.
Did you ever take into account your own grandparents when playing your role? Did you ever use their characteristics?
My grandmother was a very old lady. I don't think of myself as a very old lady, obviously.
No?
This grandmother is very much kind of a cool person who lives in New York, who hasn't seen her granddaughter for a while, so she doesn't know how to get on with it. So it's actually a much more awkward, interesting situation than just a granny.
What's it like playing a really important character, but through voice acting?
It's so much fun because you don't have to worry about what you look like. The animators love watching us while we're being recorded, and then they turn that into the character a bit, so it really helped when you realise you can just be mad in the booth.
It's all about imaginary friends. Did you have one yourself when you were growing up?
Did.
Oh, come on, tell us.
His name was Sam Brace, because I really wanted braces when I was 8 years old. I would find out later that I don't want braces. Yeah, we would go to the video store and act out movies together.
I did. I had a dog. I had a crazy dog. It understood me profoundly, you know, and I understood it.
I didn't, but my brother had. He always had a crocodile that used to bite the moon. He was scared of the moon.
You have to help them.
Yes, we do.
Before we go, what did you make of this week's fake news or fact stories? Well, it's fact that this 5-year-old can roar like a lion.
It is you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is me. Listen to my voice. That's only me.
Her mum has no idea how she does it.
Let me get some air and boom.
And what about the orangutan that apparently made a paste from leaves to help his wound heal? Well, that's fact too. And it's thought to be a world first. Nobody's ever witnessed a creature making a medicine to put on a cut, until now. The researchers think the paste helped prevent the wound from getting infected, and it was completely healed in just a few weeks.
Wow, orangutans are even more like us humans than we thought. And that's about it for this week.
But we'll leave you with the UK entry for this weekend's Eurovision Song Contest, Dizzy, sung by Ollie Alexander.
Well, whatever happens in the contest, we think it's brilliant.
Till next time, bye!